are presented with an opportunity to seize greatness. In beautiful Southern California, the PGF Championships introduce that opportunity of a lifetime. It's North America's best of the best. It's a celebration of the sport, and a champion is crowned now. And the Birmingham Thunderbolts are the premier girls fast pitch 14U Premier Division champions. And those Bolts are back, all the way back to beautiful Southern California, from Balboa to Irvine to Bill Barber Park, gorgeous Deanna Manning Stadium, one of the great softball venues on the West Coast. It's the 14U Premier Division of the PGF National Championship. It's a battle of the South. The Atlanta Vipers, what a strong program. They won the first ever back in 2012 14U event, and you saw the Bolts at this age group are the defending champions. The Blue Bloods, if you will. Two great programs, a great analyst, Amanda Freed. My name is Darren Sutton. She won gold. She won a national title. Thanks for being with all of us. Because of the recruiting changes a half decade ago, this is such a fun, pure age group to watch now, because we're seeing athletes not concern themselves too much about where they're going to college, but how they're getting better. And at the 14U age group, it's front and center.
And this is some of the best softball in the country. And it used to be that we would see college coaches swarming the stands at games like this. Not anymore. These girls have an opportunity to go out, have fun, play hard, develop their skills, and then get on to that next level. So this is their opportunity to play just good old-fashioned, fun, competitive softball.
Right out of the gates, allow us to introduce you to, through their own voices, the Vipers.
And I'm going to be reading the lineup for the Atlanta Vipers. Starting off, we have Lacey Martinez. Batting second, we have Leah Bird. Batting third, we have Mia Johnson. Batting fourth, we have Jordan Parnell. Batting fifth, we have Shay Chatham. Batting sixth, we have Kylie Lawrence. Batting seventh, we have Alexis Evans. Batting eighth, we have Peyton Tamborra. And batting ninth, we have Jordan Lewis.
Aubrey with an excellent job there. Thank you for that starting lineup. Out for this contest, casted up, bandaged up, and away we go. Missy Odom is in the circle for the Bolts as we watch the talented Odom. Excited to introduce you to her throughout this contest. Odom is from Melissa, her given name, Parrish, Alabama. And she's a rising 10th grader at Jasper High School. Doesn't really know where she wants to play college softball yet. Doesn't have even a dream school or a thought. She just has been being busy this summer. Fourth year in California playing at this event. Missy, as she works in the circle, first time she's made it to, in her words, the ship. What a wonderful place to be, as that one is rolled foul off the bat of Lacey Martinez. These are two programs that they had to come all the way to California to play one another, but they play one another a lot. Geographically, they're two of the best programs in their area. Lacey Martinez, Smiley, her given nickname, out of Columbus, Georgia. Martinez fouls that one off. Alex and Lacadia are her parents. Her older sister is Leilani. I'm sure proud of what she's pulling off. And coming off last season, as we watch Lacey hit a state championship at the 5A level at Northside High School, 2022 state champs. That changeup is rolled foul.
Now Martinez, the newest member of the Vipers, and made an immediate impact, obviously working her way into that leadoff position, and right now having a great at-bat.
No bite on the elevated pitch there from Odom from shooting out of the circle. 4.0 GPA for Lacey Martinez. Really crushes it in the classroom. I've seen exit velocity when she does make solid contact or in drills of close to 70 miles an hour. So this is a gifted bat. She's pitched respectfully, and Lacey Martinez earns a walk. Let's take a look defensively for the Thunderbolts. Weaver, Ayers, and Goguts in the outfield. Norgard, Weaver, Swain, Kierstad on the infield. Boulware is at short, and Kierstad is at first with Harrington doing the catching. Aspen Boulware, the shortstop. Drops down a bunt. It's a good one. Nice job getting to the bag by Swain to cover. But Leah Bird with a pretty bunt, sack bunt. She'll work in the circle. This time she helps her team out. Vipers right away have a runner in scoring position.
This ball almost sneaks by. That's a great idea to take it with her up the first base line. Does her job, moves her teammate over into scoring position.
Mia Johnson is the third baseman. Mia rolls that one foul. She's a native of Bethlehem, Georgia. Mario and Shina are her parents. My guess it's Sheena. I may have mispronounced it. In the Johnson home, Skylar, her 12-year-old younger sister. This is a 2022 Breakout Player of the Year locally for her. Extra innings ranked number 43 in the nation. Pops that one up just behind the circle. That's an easy chance for Swain. Got a tough hitter and the 3-hole hitter in Johnson that time.
That was a key out to sneak one in on the hands and get a fly ball.
Jordan Parnell is from Hope Mills, North Carolina. 10th grader, South Viejo High School, sophomore year. Bouncing ball out towards short. Takes a high hop and it bounces away. And the Vipers will take advantage of the break. Too much for Boulware to handle. Who can blame her? It took a wicked last bounce, and it's 1-0 Vipers.
This ball was hit very hard on that high hop and took a high one up. Looks like it catches her maybe in the forehead. Doesn't seem to have affected her at all, but that ball did take a funny hop all the way up. Maybe not, maybe got her glove, but either way, an RBI.
Jade Chatham gets the call now. Shea Bird as she goes by. She's a Marietta, Georgia native. Plays at Walton High School, a perennial power in all sports. Shea is catching, but she also can play third base. And would love to play someday at Tennessee. As she lifts that one foul. Jim and Dawn, her parents. Kyle is her older brother. Kyle is 18 years old. Her brother just graduated from Walton High School. Lashes that one down the right field line, and it's a foul ball. Shea took a run at extra bases.
That looked good coming off the bat. About a 1.5 foot foul. Got a nice piece on this curveball. High in the zone, moving outside, keeps the hands back, squares the barrel up, sees it deep.
Brother Kyle, by the way, going to play at Young Harris College. One of the top players in the country as it pertains to outfielders, so both brother and sister strong in diamond sports. That's right out in front of home plate. Ball, she called for it, and Harrington put it right into that catcher's mitt. There is a run on a really unfair hop, but they'll take advantage of it. The Vipers 1-0.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies, because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
Back in Irvine, California, it is time to meet the Birmingham Thunderbolts.
Hi, I'm Sydney, and I'm introducing the Birmingham Thunderbolts lineup. First is Halen Ayers. Second is Aspen Boulware. Third is Corey Goguts. Fourth is Alexis Houston. 5 is Katie Norgard. 6 is McCartney Harrington. 7 is Kinley Swain. 8 is Clara Thompson. 9 is Sanaya Weaver. And our flex is Missy Odom.
What a great part of things to see them introduce their teammates. There was, it was like a film set down there. They were all gathered around. I mean, I don't know if I could do it with everyone I knew staring at me.
Say somebody's name wrong.
At the bubble machine. Don't love the bubble machine. Gotta be honest. Just a parent thing.
Don't love it.
Disney, too many bubbles. Swing and a miss. So Leah Bird goes to work. Leach is her nickname. She's from Ackworth, Georgia. She's a shortstop and a pitcher, so a great athlete. Stuff-wise, what do we know about Leah?
We know she keeps the ball down, throws it really well through the zone, and is throwing a bunch of innings for her team. And we know as a pitcher, when your team is able to strike first, get a run up on the board, you can go out there and feel a little bit better about your stuff.
Halen Ayers is from Jackson, Tennessee. This gifted athlete and leadoff hitter, center fielder. Wide open stance. Ayers races out of the box, chops that one foul. Ayers has had a busy summer. Here's why. It's not just softball. 3 softball tournaments in which Hey has played, but she's also played in 7 basketball tournaments. She is an elite basketball player, evolving as an athlete that could play either sport at the next level. And Halen takes that one way, way outside and off the plate. She said, I've grown by becoming more responsible and more disciplined. I bet. I mean, how do you do 10 tournaments in 2 different sports and not be disciplined? But good for her. Ashley and Joel, they've, I'm sure, made a lot of sacrifices, her parents. Hit on the line. Diving play! Jordan Lewis. Jordan lays out. What a pretty play that was.
And that ball was tailing away from Lewis at shortstop. Some good spin on and lays out. Look at the direction she's going. She catches that deep in that hole. Just a beautiful first out.
Incredible job as Boulware now takes her shot to shortstop. Watching a shortstop make a very good play a moment ago. It's interesting, you think about a play like that, and I always love putting it in a real world context. None of us would love to go dive, just lay out and dive onto that dirt. But any scratches or nicks that you feel from that all go away when you realize that ball's in your glove.
Yeah.
You don't even feel it when you get up.
You don't even know you do it sometimes. You just react to it.
Good solid defense working behind her. Duffs down a bunt. Are they ready for it? Good communication. How about that? Mia Johnson slides in front and makes a fine play.
This is a really nice bunt, but Johnson's coming through really quickly, gets that ball in and out of her glove, and then the stretch at first base.
Number 12, Corey Goguts.
She ended up about a half a stride shy on the run through the bag. Defensively, Malicki, Parnell, Martinez, Johnson, Lewis, already a star by her name, Lawrence, Tamborra. Chatham works behind the plate, working with Bud. Miss Bud, if you will. Couple of quick outs for Leah in the circle as she zips that one home. Corey Goguts, she even let us know when she shared with us, it's capital G, capital O, then dash G-U-T-S. Corey Goguts. Jupiter, Florida, but moving to Trussville, Alabama next week. So leaving Jupiter behind. It'll be her sophomore year at Hewitt Trussville High School. Last year she was at Palm Beach Gardens High School. Daughter of Luke and Aaron. Older sis Casey's 21 years old. She plays for FIU. And her older brother Carter is 19. Dad played college basketball. Mom played college field hockey at Millersville University. Mom was a D2 All-American field hockey player. Outside.
Bird wanted that call.
Popped that one up. Might be room, and overran it. I think she was seeking out the space right away and then just went too far. A little bit of a breeze that might have brought it back too.
Now we're going hard to the fence and realizes, oh, it's not quite that far. There's a little swirl in the air.
It's not dramatic. Might have taken it back a couple of feet. Corey right up on that chalk line in the back of the box, takes outside. That's ball 4. Lex Kierstead. Alexis is from Mustang, Oklahoma. She goes to Mustang High School. She loved her summer. Successful, exciting is what she said. I've grown my love of the game even more. More confidence in myself, more confidence in my mechanics as that pops the catcher's mitt for strike 1.
It's a good response after that ball 4 call to come right back with a strong strike.
No balls and 2 strikes to count. Alexis, the daughter of Christy and Glenn, and her stepdad is Michael. Mother Reese is 20 years old, plays small college basketball at Spurgeon College. This is a 4.0 student. A lot of volunteer time she's put in. Food banks, fill the bus. Gathering cleats for kids in need to play the sport. Pitch with intent away. She got a bite. Alexis has been a Bolt since 7 years old. Think about being a part of something half your life. Good looking changeup and an even better job by Shea Chatham behind, putting her nose right on top of it and turning that strikeout into an out. Defense was great this entire inning. Lewis with that diving play, an excellent job coming across defensively by Mia Johnson. And of course the catcher, Shea Chatham. Block him up, Shea. History is interesting on the side of the Vipers. If you go back 11 years, the first ever 14U Premier Tournament was won by the Atlanta Vipers, and that was their, until the other day, first and only PGF title. Their journey to get back to this championship game 11 years later. A couple of nail biters with the Nuggets, with the Bandits, with the Mustangs. I tell you, besides the win over Jensen and another big deficit, every game was close. Kudos to them.
Yeah, kudos to the pitching, the defense, holding it down, because that's a tough run too. Those are some really heavy teams that they had to run into.
Kylie Lawrence, the second baseman, 0-1 the count on Big Kai from Jackson, Georgia. As that curveball misses outside, the daughter of Viola and Terrence. Kylie ranked 18th overall in the national class of 2026. The extra innings, he lead 100. That one finds the dirt somehow, trickling back with Norgard. Boulware right behind her, and a little bit of luck on the side that time of the Vipers.
Just another little CNI fly ball on the infield, not well hit.
Now batting.
Maybe a little hesitation in the communication.
26. Alexis Evans.
I think Boulware probably had a better shot at catching that ball, but Norgard going back hard, just out of her reach.
That one runs dramatically out of the zone. A curveball that time to Alexis Evans, the DP from Loganville, Georgia. Interesting sports upbringing when you look at Dad, who was a competitive weightlifter, winning strongman contest and doing incredibly well with that as his sport. Dad, Eddie. Mom is Tamborra. Her dad was a great high school football player, too. Bunts that one foul. She ended up getting it twice. Looked like a double hit. Still in the box.
I agree. I think what helped is that front foot was hovering outside the box, but not yet on the ground.
And that one just a little bit too firm up the first base line. Alexis in the classroom is passionate about science. Coach Hill is her high school softball coach, as well as her science teacher. And she's helped me a ton. Sweet, compassionate, yet stern when she needs to be. And I learned from that, she says. Best teacher I've ever had. 2-2 the count. See if there's room for that one. There is not. Missy Odom, the daughter of Brooke Odom. Right back to the screen it goes. Strong mom at home with AJ, Bubba, JoJo, Memphis, and Hoss, her siblings. And her mom played college softball as well. Mom raising that family alone. Strength and internal fortitude. As that one fouled back to the screen.
That's a really nice at-bat so far, fouling off everything that Odom's delivering, from high, low, in, out. Now the off speed.
Odom comes home with it again. There may be room this time. McCartney Harrington makes her way on back, the catcher for the Bolts, and that's out number one.
And the second fly ball caught by Harrington behind the plate.
Number 22, Peyton Tamborra.
Tamborra takes low, getting the call. Pays from Marietta, Georgia. Mom Stacy, her coach, as she lines that one into center field. Clap of the hand in the third base box for Mom, and a base hit for the first baseman, Peyton Tamborra. 2 runners on for the Vipers in front of Jordan Lewis.
This pitch down, moving towards the inside part of the plate. Doesn't quite make it. The hands get through. The barrel squares up, and that ball right back up the middle. Beautiful shot.
Shortstop Jordan Lewis settles that one right out in front of the plate. And an athletic play and a good one by Harrington. You take that second out any day of the week. Runners do move to second and third. But again, McCartney with a nice play from behind the dish. Good strong arm, took advantage of her momentum.
That was a nice bunt, too. I thought for sure that was going to be a bunt for a hit.
Lewis dropped down that bunch. She's an Amherst, New York native who's had a busy summer, had a ton of camps. We'll talk more about her. But first, Lacey Martinez chases up in the zone. Good communication again. Odom says, I have it. Kierstead says, I'm your first baseman. Let me make the play. 1-0, Vipers on top. Thunderbolts, such a really trusted and respected program. We say their names a lot, and we'll show you how they earned the right to be here in a minute. Katie Norgard leads things off. Katie out of Hartselle, Alabama. 13-1, 10-0 over the SoCal A's. They had their hands full with the Little Rebels, and then a tough Saturday with wins over the Firecrackers and the Bandits. There's some zip in that one. She keeps popping that catcher's mitt with that strong arm.
Yeah, she's picked up a couple miles an hour here.
Two and one the count. For the daughter of Jeremy and Mandy. Norgard, 28th player in the country, is ranked by extra innings. And the highest GPA for all the freshmen on her high school softball team this year. Is that screwball on 3-1 as a strike to run the count full. Right by her. A little bit of upspin to that one. That's strike three, 2 strikeouts.
That comes back from behind for the strikeout, goes inside, and then this pitch right down the heart of the plate with a little up and out spin, but just enough movement to get the swing and miss.
We've already enjoyed the work of Mack behind the plate, and McCartney Harrington now gets to hit for the first time. From Taylorsville, North Carolina. Not an easy play, an in-between hop, but Tamborra made it look easy. 3 unassisted. 1 pitch, 1 out for the second out.
Now batting, second baseman, number 28, Kinley Swain.
Kinley Swain is from Tuttle, Oklahoma.
Ooh, nice pitch.
Boy, tough screwball there.
I like that spot.
I think you take it because what in the world do you do with it if you swing at it? Instead, she squares, deadens it. And a base hit. It's a beautiful bunt. Bird picked it up to throw, had to wait 1 beat for Lawrence to get there, the second baseman. I'm not sure if they would have gotten her, though.
Yeah, that's tough, and really a nice bunt. Deadens it well.
Number 9.
And this is one of those plays where you just got to get up, find your second baseman, feed her on the run. It's really your only shot, but I'm with you, Darren. Even if that throw is made, I don't know if you get her.
From Hoover, Alabama, meet Clara Thompson from Spain Park High School. Played in 6 different tournaments this summer, learned a ton about teamwork, working hard. She feels like she's grown there. AB honor roll student. Coming back from a torn ACL a year ago. Elevated strike zone gets the call. Sat out in the fall, watched her team play. She said, my teammates were great. I trained as hard as I could. Amazing to be back on the field. See that knee protected. Wow. That is not a fun pitch to deal with at all. Leah Bird comes in. She has been tough. A base runner in each inning for the Bolts, but nothing on the board. What a day it was on Monday, July 31st for week 2, the opening ceremonies, the great dancing of the Tapua, Tahitian Polynesian dancers. Face painting, clowns, food trucks, PGF apparel, souvenirs, pin trading. DJ Sparks provided the music as well. That's the way you kick off a week in which you celebrate the sport. PGF opening ceremonies. Nobody does it like the best of the best. PGF.
For the Vipers.
Leah Bird, sack bunt, last time up. Leah takes strike 1 right at the knees. Number 2 ranked middle infielder is ranked by extra innings. This highly talented athlete. All A honor roll, National Junior Honor Society as she straightens her up. 1-1 the count. Though Leah is working as a pitcher, she is an incredible shortstop, and her favorite player is Sis Bates. Loves her, inspires her. Leah rolls that one foul. She said she's passionate. We play the same position. She loves the game, how she contributes to her team. I truly look up to the kind of player Sis is.
I love that. I mean, talk about a player that just plays with a love for the game. And she's electric and she's contagious to her teammates.
She talked about climbing inside of her own head in the batter's box, saying that's where my confidence was the most shaky. She said for what was the longest time, I felt like I was just the worst hitter. I overcame it, but just reminding myself, do damage, move the runner. Motivational things as she lifts that one into foul territory. She said, I started reminding myself, help your team be more selfless, then you'll get off giving yourself a hard time.
Yeah, it's very true. It's hard not to feel like it's all on you when you're in the box in that moment, especially when there's no runners on base. We have to remember that we're just a single cog in the wheel, and what we're doing is always for the team. It does take a little bit of pressure off yourself.
Mia would love to go to Georgia someday. Mia hits a high fly ball center field. She just missed that one. Scouts will tell you in either diamond sport, they will get out their stopwatch and do hang time on a fly ball to talk about strength. Look at the hang time on this one. I mean, incredible.
It looked like she got all of it. Like she squared up just on the bottom part of the ball. It didn't spin off her barrel. She hit that ball a mile just up in the air.
Wow, Mia, you just missed it. Jordan Parnell. Parnell pops that one foul. We need a homer, Freed.
You need a homer.
Let's get one.
We're due.
Homers are fun.
They are fun, especially in this ballpark.
JP, Jordan Parnell, stays back on the changeup. Up the ladder, Boulware with the play. That's some fine defense this inning. Big swings, too, by the way, by Mia Johnson. Parnell struck that one well. 14U title game. Vipers up 1-0. Zanaya Weaver lead things off. Amanda Freed, Darren Sutton, the 14U Premier National Championship game. So far, so good. These pitchers knocking the strike zone up pretty good and have a lot of defense behind them. Zanaya Weaver is the left fielder, the number 9 hitter, and Zanaya pops that bunt up, and it's foul. Zanaya makes her home in Prattville, Alabama. Goes to Prattville Christian Academy. Prattville, by the way, just outside of Montgomery. She'd love to go to Auburn someday. About an hour and a half from Prattville. A public school there. The Prattville Lions, their football team. We want homers. We talked about homers. That one is rolled foul. We had one last week. Mia Williams, the Florida Gator commit. Oh, baby.
Just the sound off the bat.
She's off, probably already settling into her dorm. Probably already has a syllabus, maybe digital.
Man.
Everything's starting for me. It's real now. Coach Walton was waiting for her to just keep running to campus. A Florida Gator. Dad played. Mom was a star runner at University of Florida. Dad played there and went on to Jason Williams, played in the NBA for a long time. Slaps that one into the hole, and it's a base hit for Sanaya Weaver. Patricia and Mary Cuse, her parents.
Look at how nicely this ball's contacted. It stays so low. That's why it's not able to be fielded right in that 5-6 hole.
Center fielder, number 3, Halen Ayers.
Weaver, good speed, keep an eye. Halen Ayers lined out to left field. Hey, squares to bunt. It's a pretty one. Had to pick it up in fair territory. Everybody's safe. Defense was charging. Mia Johnson was in there too. Slap single, bunt single.
It doesn't get much better than this. Look at how pretty this ball's deadened off the end of the bat. Great positioning by her feet in the box, and another one of those where, do you let it roll foul? I don't think it had to pace to go foul, but nothing you can do with it if you pick it up. She's already through first base.
Conversation on both ends of the softball. Defense, offense. Aspen Boulware now with the bat in her hands will take this opportunity to go to work.
Now batting, shortstop, number 2,
Aspen Boulware. Aspen grounded out to third in the first inning. That one sails high. The Vipers winning the first ever 14U championship. Back in 2012 at this age group. I find that so unique. Another pretty bunt. That one settles in, and again it checks up. 3 feet out in front of home plate. Bases loaded. Still not a ball hit. Tremendously hard.
Wow, I mean, the short game these Bolts are showing is just beautiful. Look at the backswing on that, or the back spin on that bunt. You can charge hard, but when it hits the dirt, it backtracks about a foot and then just dies.
Corey Gogut's now working against Leah Bird. Bases full. Corey takes a curveball right up under her hands. 1-0 the count. Corey walked back in the first inning. Bolts down 1-0, trying to change that quickly. Laid on that one, shot that one toward the dugout. Hopefully everyone's okay over there. Looked like it might have shot right inside that dugout on a foul ball. Time is called, and let's most importantly hope everyone's okay. There's just the smallest of openings on either side of the fencing. Corey feels bad. All she did, though, we all know this, she just fouled off a softball. With one of the Bolts still down inside of the third base dugout. PGF leadership has gone down to assist as well. They still are tending to the athlete inside the dugout. Umpires will confer as well, come together. And right now the Vipers on the field, kneeling together as a group. Stacy Tamborra has come out and spoken with her team. Her outfielders will come join the infielders. She is responding in the dugout. Out of respect for the athlete, we'll share what we know, but certainly we'll give her space as it pertains to the camera. And they may try and stand her up. I believe it was Clara Thompson, the DP. Oh boy, good to see Clara up. Obviously the leadership, coaches, medical staff down there. And she feels a little bit dizzy, we are told, and they'll check on her now. Again, just situation where you find it, it's a simple-minded word, but just unfortunate, unlucky. There's the smallest of openings, and you're cheering for your team. And a late swing on a foul ball, and it just knocked her down.
Yeah, you're just not looking for it. You're engaged in the action. You're loose and having a good time, and the ball comes off the bat quickly, and just no time to react.
Clara's from Hoover, Alabama. She's had such a successful summer. Ryan and Nicole, her parents. All this being monitored very closely by Dan Hay, the founder and president CEO of PGF. Dan on the phone just in case needed for deeper medical attention. I'm sure that's what he's doing at this point. In case an ambulance may be needed. It's really encouraging to see her sitting up and talking, though. Umpires, meantime, together behind the circle. Field has been empty. Just popped by this game, just happened to stop by and join us. A check swing, late foul ball, slid through the smallest of openings inside of the dugout. And got a piece up, not sure where, but knocked down Clara Thompson. Well, she was down for a bit. And we're joyed at this point to see her sitting up and talking. Real scare for the teammates. Real scare for the opposing team. You can see her teammates. Boy, that's a great shot from our drone out there, giving her teammate a little space. They're all there in the bullpen just thinking about their mate. The Bolts from Birmingham, Alabama, with players from a lot of different parts of the country, as you have heard. And they may go ahead and, for the purpose of safety and to make sure, try to get her to a hospital to be evaluated.
And in the event that it did hit her in the head, it's always better to be safe.
Well, the parent in me, the most encouraging thing that you see is that she is sitting up. Medical professionals make their way in. Try to make space to get the vehicle as close as they can get it. It looks like they'll pull it down behind our production compound, down the left field line. Law enforcement come in. First responders, all of them experts in the area of just this, whether it be an EMT, whether it be police officers, as they'll come in and check on her now. Again, it was a foul ball. Corey Gogut's hitting, left-handed batter. A check swing, late foul ball that just between the smallest of openings on the inside of the third base dugout, on the home plate side. And you're just there watching your teammate, cheering for your teammate. She was standing in that spot, and it got her. And so Clara Thompson now, there you see Dan Hay coming in, explaining the situation. Some of the coaches in attendance outside of the dugout as well. Head coach Thompson now explains the situation too. It's not a reach to think one of either her mom or dad are probably here as well. Not always. I mean, sometimes families will travel in packs. It's about 30 seconds to a minute. And she was close to unresponsive and then started responding and moving. And if you think about it, good to see about a 50% smile there as she answered the questions. Saw Brent Eves there just a moment ago. He does such a good job in covering the sport for extra innings softball. He's nearby, just making sure everyone's okay. One of the great storytellers of the prep game. I hope she's going to be okay. I think she's going to be okay.
I think she's going to be okay. I think it's always scary, especially if they are checking the head, making sure if it was direct off the bat to the head, that's a scary thing. It doesn't seem to be any blood, but it doesn't mean that didn't rattle pretty well. So it was nice to see a half smirk, half smile. That's always encouraging.
We didn't see it, nor are we looking for any replays of it. But we didn't see it when it happened, nor will we seek them out. But we have seen several coaches in explaining to those that have come by, point up in the forehead, top of the head area. Again, that's pure speculation. Want to be careful, but it looked like it did get her somewhere in the upper body,
right.
Enough to knock her down. And apparently not responding initially, but then the good news was pretty quickly when she started responding, almost nervously responded, which makes a lot of sense in the world. That's Clara Thompson sitting inside that dugout, dealing with the first responders. He's from Hoover, Alabama. I asked Clara just to lighten the mood just a little bit, if you don't mind, folks. So what will you be doing in 10 years when we run into you? She said, I'll be married. I'll be living on the beach. I'll have a very good and successful job and make a lot of money. Those were the words of Clara Thompson when we run into her in 10 years.
10 years, she's going to get a lot done.
Teammates now collectively praying for their teammate. We saw family members up on the concourse doing the same earlier. Vipers, out of respect for their opposing foe, came off the field into the dugout. So it's a battery of tests that they're running through. We happen to be very fortunate here because the first responders just basically had to come across the parking lot. Our location here for any serious injury it's a fortunate thing. You hope you never have to see them. In the meantime, the game pauses.
Care 6899 from Marco Engine 6.
Looks like she's on the phone, maybe checking with those that love her and those that she loves, providing an update. This is a good sign to have the police officers, the first responders. So a little bit of what occurred. Now that we see that she's staying, now that we see that she's okay, out of respect, we really didn't want to show any of it, but the teammates come back in and check, and we can show you a little bit of what happened.
Okay. Y'all learned a valuable lesson, right? Here we go.
Hey.
So the foul ball goes toward the dugout, as you can see. You can see the on-deck hitter buckle there. That's Alexis Kierstad. And then immediately Alexis notices that it got her teammate, and her teammate went down after it got her that time. And so everyone comes immediately to take a quick look and to do the very best to immediately help. Clara Thompson. I'm not sure if we'll see Clara play, hit, I don't know.
Just nice to see that she'll, it looks like, be able to stay at least in the dugout with her team and be monitored, I'm sure, obviously. But she's talking.
Meantime, Leah Bird and her teammates have gone back out to the field. Leah's spinning some warm-up tosses. You can see that ice pack kind of near the top of her head. Pretty emotional pretty quickly, as you can see by the reaction of her teammates there. Pretty scary. All this, by the way, in the middle of a 1-0 game in a championship.
9-9 for 9. 9-9 for 9.
So Thompson will no longer play in this game, which makes a lot of sense. Riley Reynolds will take her spot when that spot comes up in the order. Reynolds will serve as a DP, maybe come in elsewhere where needed. And they'll play to pick up Clara Thompson. She'll watch the rest of this game. Certainly thankful for those men that came over to take a look at that young lady and give her a full battery of tests.
Let's go ball.
Claire, we're glad you're okay.
In the batter's box, number 12.
A bases loaded situation is what we left behind. The foul ball was strike one. The count is 1-1. Go Guts. Corey ready to go to work now. And she fights that one off in the left field, and it's a base hit. And that ties this game up from the Bolts at 1. Corey, who was pretty shaken because of that foul ball, pulled herself together, saw her teammate was okay, and drove it a run.
Yeah, I think that was for her teammate. I think Gogutz was the most shaken up because it came off her bat, but first pitch swinging gets it into the left for the RBI.
Alexis Kierstad now, who struck out back in the first inning. Bases remain full. There is nobody out. Kierstad rolls that one toward the hole. Base hit right field. One more run. Big aggressive turn at second. And then back standing up. Both runners at second and third. A wild aggressive turns. Boulware stays at third. Gogut stays at second. And Kierstad with an RBI. It's 2-1.
And 5 consecutive base hits. This one going opposite field, just in that 3-4 hole. A nice strong throw home from Martinez.
Katie Norgard with the bases loaded and nobody out. Comes up empty with an elevated rise ball. 0-1 the count on Katie. Norgard from Hartselle, Alabama. Fouls that one off the catcher behind home plate. Got a piece of Chatham, who shakes it off. Norgard aspires someday to be working in sports medicine. And her favorite subject, math. Pops that one up. Drifting onto the grass in shallow right field, making the play there is Kylie Lawrence. First out, that doesn't play to run. That's a big out at 2-1. Hand on hip. Leah Bird wants to clean this up quickly, and she's got the skills to do it. Bird and her Vipers trail it 2-1. No balls and one strike, the count on McCartney-Harrington.
Now you got to tip your cap to the Bolts, who came out strong at the beginning of this inning, had that long delay, and then came right back out swinging it against a really tough Leah Bird. She's not easy to square up on, but they got the momentum going with a little bit of the short game and then coming through with some clutch base hits with the bases loaded.
Challenging too. 0-2 the count on Harrington. Harrington learning this summer, and she shared with us, don't make the moment bigger than it is. Don't create fiction, deal with the facts. Rolls that one, takes a high hop, unable to get a handle on it. Everybody's safe. Took a tough hop for Jordan Lewis, who made a great diving play earlier. She made a play on that hop, but then just couldn't really grab it properly to throw to third.
Yeah, secured that high hop, and then in the transfer, you see just not able to get a handle on it. She sees her play at third. It's in front of her. She's got that out, but she knows she's got to be quick and just can't get the hang of it.
Stacy comes out for a nice long meeting. We continue to keep an eye on Clara. And we'll see her replacement, Riley Reynolds, here in just a few minutes. 3-1 the score. 3 unanswered runs. Very quickly.
Second baseman.
Kinley Swain singled back in the second inning.
Kinley Swain.
KJ, as she is known, out of Tuttle, Oklahoma. Ties it up, rolls it out toward short. Backhanded flip, not expecting it. A couple of runs will come around to score. It was a quick backhanded flip, completely surprising Mia Johnson.
And this is just tough luck, a slow roller. Johnson goes to cover, and then a quick flip, and Johnson's just not looking for Lewis to come with the backhanded flip. She's expecting her to throw across to first base to get that out. And that allows that second runner to score.
And it's 5-1. And now Riley Reynolds gets her chance. On for her teammate Clara Thompson. 0-1 the count on Reynolds. Riley is from Chesapeake, Virginia. She's a catcher, she's an outfielder, and a rising 10th grader at Hickory High School. Daughter of Stacy and Todd Reynolds. And dots the outside corner, 0-2. Again, Riley Reynolds takes over the spot occupied by Clara Thompson. With that foul ball, was unfortunately knocked out of this game. Riley loves watching Skylar Wallace and Kayla Kowalik play, two of her favorites. I love watching Skylar play too. She's tough, she's gritty, oh boy.
And both of those athletes are good role models and fun to watch.
We had a chance to have some thoughts from Skylar at the opening banquets for PGF. One of my favorite interviews this year. skied right back behind home plate. Unable to hold on is Shea Chatham.
It's a nice attempt. That's a tough ball to get up, find, and then make the grab.
Riley pops it up center field. Tagging, drawing the throw, way off the mark. The throw to third. Out at third base. The run counts, though. The run counts at home plate. So another run, and it's 6-1. That run counts at home plate. A huge, huge inning. 6 come across. Certainly a giant scare, and we're worried about Clara and hope she's okay soon. But her teammates, they're rolling 6-1. Six unanswered runs, and Bolts head coach Ryan Thompson joins us. Well, I wish I wasn't even asking you this, Coach, but as a father of 4 daughters, right away I want to know, how's Clara doing, your daughter?
She's doing good. She's doing good now. I was very worried earlier, but she's in a good mood. We're going to get her checked out after, so.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to go through that. Again, as a father, we understand that.
Oh, yeah.
But then your team coming right back after that delay with the bases loaded and getting right back in this ball game, scoring 6 runs. How proud of you are the way that they responded after that incident.
Oh, this group's so scrappy. I mean, they're very unselfish. Do whatever you tell them to do, and they love to compete. So they were ready to get back up to the plate.
And overall, not just in that inning, but overall, the group that you've been with for quite some time. Explain their personality as a team and maybe your sense of pride this week.
Well, we've got a big roster, which is kind of new for us, but they've really embraced it. Everybody's done their role. Their answer when called upon, and just been super energetic the whole week. It's been a blast. It's flown by.
Well, we appreciate your time again. We're praying for your daughter and hope you get all kinds of good news.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Ryan Thompson joining us. His daughter Clara down there inside the dugout. We hope she's okay. Meantime, Missy Odom's got 5 runs to play with. And Shea Chatham is her foe currently. And Shea hits it hard, down to a knee at third, right up quickly to toss it across the diamond is Katie Norgard. 5-3, 1 away.
And well hit, but sat on by Norgard at third base. She just smothers that ball, keeps it in front, and throws a quick strike across the diamond.
Big tie now. Kylie Lawrence, Jackson, Georgia. Yeah, that was a moment there. You could sense in the conversation as he goes over and offers another hug to his daughter. You could sense in the conversation, mainly when he was answering your question, the emotions were starting to get him, the realization of how scary that can be. All of us parents out there know, you know, I know, it's... Like he was saying, though,
Running his own test.
Running his own test.
Yeah, it's a game. At the end of the day, it's a game.
Isn't it, though?
And there are kids.
Good pitch in on the hands, and it's rolled foul. Lawrence says when talking about colleges, as she gets a couple of practice swings, and I don't know that I have a dream school, but I am looking someday for a school that fits me as an athlete, a student, and a person. With things changing every year, it's hard to say. That's a thoughtful response.
Hey, that is the most thoughtful response I think that we've gotten. The game has changed, especially at the college level, year to year. Coaching changes, rule changes, conference changes.
How about that, all you adults out there? A young person navigating your messes that you've created with a lot of wisdom, and the young, in this case, shall lead them. The level-headedness of Kylie Lawrence. Tied it up. That was a good screwball. And to be fair, there's nothing wrong with saying Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama. That's not wrong either.
No.
But her answer was, I thought, incredibly thoughtful. Missy Odom got some leverage. She's tall as an athlete out there. Looks like she'd be no fun to deal with. Spins it really well. And it's not a crazy amount of strikeouts. Matter of fact, does she have any? I don't know that she has any.
No, it doesn't look like there are any.
I'll simplify it for you. It's you take a swing at a softball, and when you make contact, it's not where you thought it would be. Hard to square up.
Yeah, she really does a good job. You can see her going inside and outside, painting both sides. She will go with that rise ball. She keeps the ball down well. So she's staying unpredictable throughout this ball game.
High fly ball, well struck center field. There's room in this ballpark, and I mean just enough room. Ayers gives it a run. Evans gave it a ride. Just missed that one, Alexis. I mean, you just missed it. Stacey Tamborra is the head coach of the Atlanta Vipers. You dealt with this, Stacey, and thanks for being with us when you were a star at Florida State, but the concept of pressure is a privilege. Explain how that's a mantra for your team, how you guys have embraced it and grown through that.
Well, for the most part, that's been something that has been a really big thing for us this year. When things get tough, we want to play, we want to do things, we want to get after it, and sorry, game's going, this is a little distracting.
No. We'll follow you. We'll be brief, too.
Yeah, so, I mean, just right there, what you saw, I mean, the pressure of you put the small ball, and it just, whose ball is it? It dies in no man's land, and usually that's where we thrive. They found some ground balls right there, and we didn't make plays on those, so that puts up crooked numbers real quick, and so that's tough to come back from. But we've got great hitters, and we've been down by 6 and 7 before and come back. So we know that when our backs against the wall, we can be at our best. And we've done this time and time again. We came in today saying this is another game. We want to beat our opponent, and then we'll win a national championship. So just take the pressure off and have some fun. But the privilege is being really good and trusting that you've worked really hard and you've created something really special. And so it's about facing the very best in the country. And that's what allows us to do this and allows us to be on this stage today.
Well, we appreciate your insights, your words. There's an out call, by the way, a step on home plate. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure to watch, especially a pitcher like Leah Bird go right to the circle when the inning ends, even though it's a 6-1. That's the kind of leader you want to build around, along with her catcher, Shea Chatham. So.
Absolutely, yeah. They're the best of the best, and I know that this is really hard on them right now, but, just keep watching. They're going to come back and fight.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Number 2.
Yeah, they've been fighting this whole game, and really the Bolts have just been getting it done with the small ball, and they're causing a little bit of chaos and a little miscommunication against a team who is very good defensively. So uncharacteristic of the Vipers, but we've seen a lot of really good things from the battery, a lot of consistency, and this team's still in the ball game.
Clara Thompson is making her way, I'm guessing, to have some further test run to make sure she's okay. Gonna, instead of waiting till after the game, probably gonna go get checked now. As that one is high and inside. PGF family will be praying for you, Clara, and your family. You're seeing her smile. I'm guessing she just doesn't feel right, though. Runner on first, 6-1 the score. Bottom half of inning number 4. These Bolts would love to add on. I'm telling you, Bird is a handful, though, so competitive. That's what I was asking Stacey. If I'm playing second, short, third, I'm down 6-1. My team on the other end goes quietly. I mean, a quick 1-2-3. And I look out and my pitcher's saying, let's go, and standing in the circle, ready to work. I want that as my teammate.
I couldn't agree more. And you especially want that type of leader when things aren't going your way. It's easy to be the first one out and have a positive attitude, good body language when you're doing well, your team's ahead, you're winning a national championship. But in this situation, the Vipers are looking to kind of turn the tables, and they're looking for that leadership out of Bird.
Could be two. Got the tag, turn and throw. I think when you tag in a runner running that aggressively, she kind of got turned into a spinning top for a moment. Then it's hard to gather yourself and make the throw. Kylie Lawrence did get the runner headed to second. Runners on first and third. Gogutz reaches on a fielder's choice.
Alexis Houston.
Boulware saying, if you're going to tag me, you're going to have to get all of me, and I'm running hard through it. Good hard softball all around there. Runners on first and third. Alexis Kierstead. She singled in a run back in the third inning. Tries to do it again. And a foul ball. Unfortunate that was foul.
Unfortunate, yeah, the base runner was in foul territory when it hit her.
Otherwise, if you're in fair territory, you're out. That's it. Right in on the knuckles, charging, putting that one away. The shortstop that time is Jordan Lewis. Couple of runners stranded. It's a 6-1 lead for the Bolts. 14U Premier title game. Beautiful day to wrap up this amazing event, and the president and CEO of Premier Girls Fast Pitch, Dan Hay, joins us up in the broadcast booth. We've got great weather. We've had a great couple of weeks from 2 opening ceremonies, 2 coaches' dinners. Those were fun. And then all these games and all these families. I know you'll exhale with your staff tomorrow, but how proud are you of your staff that they've done this so well?
I can't say enough about them. They have been going for 17 days straight with the event, but that's not counting the 2 weeks putting in 10 to 12-hour days before the event started. So they've done a fantastic job. And even though we have during this event, during the 17 days, a couple hundred employees that are spread out amongst 42 different fields, we really have 12 key employees in this company that run this entire operation. So it's very efficient.
It's interesting because one of the little things that each entry fee, a small, tiny part, goes to fight cancer and the John Wayne Cancer Institute, and you were humbled and honored to announce that you guys have gone over $1 million now for the cause that matters most, and I'd love to let you talk about that.
Yeah, it's been a long journey with John Wayne and his family, Patrick and Ethan and Marisa and Anita Wayne-Swift, the granddaughter. They've all been a big supporter of PGF, and we've helped raise a lot of money for their breast cancer and skin cancer, their program. So.
Yeah.
And we talked a lot about the opening ceremony because it doesn't happen to the 16 and 18s, but for these age divisions, these 10s, 12s, and 14s, it's so important for their overall experience. It's really how they fall in love with the game and events like this. So I want you, from your perspective, how important is the opening ceremonies and the experiences that you provide for these athletes on that night?
Well, it's an absolute blast, and it gets them out to hang out with other teammates from across the country. And we literally had over 7,000 people this year. I didn't think we could beat last year's attendance, but we did. And Jordy Ball had a lot to do with that. her lines just went forever, and she's graciously sat there and signed every autograph till the end of the evening. So I can't say enough about that kid. She's pretty special.
How often does that happen, Dan, where you have alumni of this event? Because, you know, technically they're travel teams. You guys provide the stage, and you provide a good one. But how often do athletes to play on this stage come back, reach back out to you, connect with you for athletic opportunities, business opportunities? Does it happen a lot? You're PGF alums?
Just about every year. We have the majority of our workers that work registration and work different. Our site coordinators are all former college players or current college players and former PGF players, and we're very glad to have them back every year. And even years ago in 2014 and 15, I think you remember our dream team we had with Sid Romero and Amanda Lorenz and all those, Jocelyn Allo and all those kids on it that won a couple back-to-back. And Sid called me up the other day and wanted to know if I could help her launch a program that she's doing, a hitting program. And we help all of these former players as much as we can. And every year, Jocelyn Allo, she would have already been here this year, but she's out playing professional ball during these 2 weeks. But she says she's going to try and get out here next year or so.
Little roller back to the circle, quickly turned into the second out of the inning. So after everyone catches a break and a much-deserved exhale, what are you looking forward to most? Maybe it's in the coming weeks and months, more action regionally, more fall tournaments. What's next that excites you most for PGF?
We basically will take about 45 days to get our energy back and get a little bit revitalized. But then we get ready for the fall recruiting season, and we've got quite a few tournaments in September, October, and November where the colleges will attend and look at these kids and get ready to start offering some more scholarships out. So.
And how about this event next year? Anything that you've thought about tweaking, adding to, subtracting as you guys always add a little something better every year. This ballpark's going to be gussied up a little bit more next year.
Yeah,
what about next year?
Yeah, as of Monday, they're going to start construction on this stadium and renovate it and replace the backstop and sidewalks and put shade over the seats. Yes,
shade.
Supposedly they said they're going to add a new Videotron and about 1,000 new seats in the outfield too. So it's going to be quite a venue. And as far as next year goes, we're so tired right now. We're not really thinking about next year. But we usually have, as Amanda knows, we have a meeting here in about 4 weeks where we sit down and really talk over the good things we did and the bad things we did and get those corrected and get ready to start on next year's tournament.
And the one thing we learned, even though there are a couple of star California teams winning titles this weekend, it's again so diverse.
Yeah.
Diverse in the dugouts, diverse regionally from the different parts of the country. I think what excites me most is you guys continue to grow, whether it be more teams from Hawaii, north of the border, heck, down south of the border, maybe in the Caribbean. I think what excites me most is how this truly is a North American tournament.
That's what makes it a national championship. The key word, national. In the early days, it was all these teams were here, but Southern California was primarily winning those championships. But for the last 5 to 6 years, the parity is unmatched by any other organization in the country, and we have champions from all over the country now. So.
You have good partners, too, that are wanting to, desiring to get in line to help support this event. They support some of the giveaways you have for the All-Americans, the high school All-Americans, the futures. And I think your partnerships are super important, too.
Absolutely, and they're all out there on the fence with NCSA and Diamond and Gatorade and Flow Sports and Easton and Rawlings and the Glove and the Blast. So we have quite a few of them. So.
Well done. You got them all in.
Yeah, got them all in.
Well done. Dan, thanks for having us back out every year, too. We really appreciate it.
Well, you guys do a great job, as always. Two of the best right here.
It's an honor to be a part of it. Dan Hay, the president and CEO of PGF, Premier Girls Fast Pitch in Irvine, California. 6-1, the Bolts on top. Yeah, it was fun. Fun to connect with Dan Hay. It's such a heart and passion effort for him each and every year. He and his support staff, you're part of that. You guys have built something special here. I mean, it really is something unique in its space. Nothing like it. And I think the goal was to build a true stage to have teams not only play in front of college coaches, but have a true national championship. And Job well done.
Yeah, I think every year it really does get better and better, from the coaches' dinner to opening ceremonies, but just how the week is played out.
Katie Norgard is 0 for 2, struck out, popped out. Norgard takes a curveball that hits the outside corner. Bird kind of reminds me as she works in the circle, as she's the first one out to warm up. She's had some tough luck behind her, miscues. Like there's a backhanded play from a shortstop to a third baseman where it looked pretty simple, where the ball sailed on by, and she's out there grinding. Or Stacy Tamborra's team, like one of those boxers that I may bend, but I'm not breaking.
There's a lot of short game, a lot of mishits that caused all that chaos in the infield.
The 3-2 pitch. That's high, that's ball 4. So that leads off the 5th inning, with McCartney Harrington back behind her. Clara Thompson has left the ballpark for further testing. The DP for the Thunderbolts team, who was struck by a foul ball. If we do find out anything more, we'll update you, but we hope that Clara's okay. I would imagine we won't. Big swing, popped up. Looking right into that sunshine and making the play out there is Jordan Parnell. 1 out. Here in the bottom half of inning number 5.
Now batting, second baseman, number 28, Kinley Swain.
And now Kinley Swain. KJ. Dad, a baseball player. Mom, a college cheerleader. Kinley, a 4.0 student. I think it was funny, Dan was just talking about Sid Romero, and that's Kinley's favorite athlete. She loved Sydney. She's playing on her sister's team this week in Athletes Unlimited. Sierra
fun.
drafted her. Kind of have to, right?
Kinda, yeah. If not, it's a little awkward.
Sierra a little more stoic, focused. Sydney a little bit more the outgoing one. Let's take a look at this. Oh, just got a little bit of that knee. Jake Chatham, one of the better catchers in this region. A really, really good defensive catcher in the deep south in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Brother Kyle, we were talking about her brother Kyle, who's going on to play college baseball.
It's a giant swing.
Oh, and 2 the count. Peyton popped that tag down. Let her know she'd been tagged that time. You could hear it. 1 and 2 the count. Big swing, popped up, back of short, very shallow left. That's a can of corn out there for Grace Walicki. 2 down in the inning.
Now batting, number 99.
I like that Bird just keeps hammering that strike zone. She's throwing tight spins right through the zone. She's not avoiding the stick. She's throwing a lot of mishits.
Look, she'll tell you there's no excuses. You can tell she's the type, but it was an interesting inning. There was some pressure on the base pads, nothing very hard hit. Then a foul ball took out a player and everything stopped. Any momentum or any kind of energy she had was completely emptied. And then the Bolts came out of the dugout and got about 5 hits in a row. And there were errors behind her as well. She has stayed stoic though, Leah Bird. To her credit, her team down by 5. Beautiful Southern California. On the final day of the PGF National Championships, As Dan said, 45 days, that's about a month and a half to regroup. And then a lot of big fall events for PGF. Visit their website, find out one that suits you and your team. As the fall recruiting season begins, again, that's September 1 for the wave of athletes. Not everybody immediately is committed on September 1. They're just recruitable. You can communicate with them. So PGF will provide that fall platform for those athletes that are playing at about the 16U age group, right?
Right.
Get out there and play in the fall in front of college coaches.
And a lot of athletes won't get a call on September 1st.
Correct.
But that's when that window opens up, that window of opportunity, and they'll be seen throughout the fall. They'll go to college camps and get themselves in front of coaches, and it's a process to find the right fit.
1-1 the count to Leah Bird. Tip of the cap to Bird and how she is and such a professional in handling her business today on behalf of her teammates. Hits it hard, had that one taken away. Katie Norgard 2 steps to her right, right into her glove. One out here in the top of the 6th inning.
Well struck, almost down the line. A nice backhanded snag by Norgard over at third.
Number 5, Mia Johnson.
And here's Mia Johnson. Mia pops that one up. Again, third base side, right by the coach's box. Both putouts into the glove of Norgard. 2 outs in the inning.
Center fielder, number 8.
And here is Jordan Parnell. Parnell pops it up. Very shallow left. Charging, making the play out there. Sanaya Weaver. (6-1). She's Amanda Freed. I'm Darren Sutton. Glad to have you with us. The Warrior Leah Bird gets out there, gets ready to go back to work.
Number 17, Sanaya Weaver.
Sanaya Weaver readies to hit. There was a between innings break. Jordan Lewis, the high five from her coach, comes off the field. Looks like Kylie Lawrence moves over to short.
7 for 4 in the circle. 7.
And Avery Madden.
Number 7.
Avery Madden is at second base. Number 7 on that jersey.
7 is for 4, correct? Okay, 7 for 4. Not in the circle.
I think I saw that all correctly.
I think so.
I think he had his 4s and 7s twisted around just a little. Maybe. Looks like Lawrence moved over to short. And away we go. Leah Bird. Sanaya drops down a bunt up the line, and it's foul. Good day so far. Single run scored, hit by a pitch, stranded. Sanaya, the Prattville, Alabama native. Takes a strike over the inside corner. Mom, a track star in high school. Dad, a football star. And Sanaya has been at that varsity level at a private school already through junior high. It's an athlete that's earned 4 letters already heading into her sophomore year. Hi, I'm Sanaya. I'm a 6th grader, and I play in the varsity team.
Wow.
Nice to meet you.
I'm so impressed with these athletes that do that at the young age, play up at their high school.
Well, Sanaya just wrapped up a season, her freshman year, in which she finished 5th in the state of Alabama at the 4A level with a .530 batting average, a .618 on base, and 35 stolen bases. 5th in the state. She saves through that one, and down she goes.
I love the location of this pitch. She was working away, and then Bird comes down and inside. A really tough pitch as a slapper to get that barrel down on.
Hey, Halen Ayers from Jackson, Tennessee. 0-1 the count. It's literally one inning. It's a third inning, and it was like the train derailed and things went sideways. And a lot of positives for the Bolts. I'm not taking anything away from the Bolts at all. They hit. But outside of that, for Leah Bird, she's had a great outing. Bouncing ball out towards short on an in-between hop, no play. Nice job just smothering that one by Lawrence out there at short. So Halen, that's her second hit.
Now she's used the dirt really well today. This high hop, as soon as you see the height on that ball, you know there's no play at first. Now you just got to make sure you keep the ball in the infield to prevent her from going to second, which Lawrence does really well.
Aspen Boulware skies that one right next to home plate in that right-handed batter's box. Sure-handed Shea Chatham makes the play. Aspen is retired. Finishes the day, if this day does wrap, with a single and a run scored.
Now batting, right fielder, number 12.
Corey Gogatz has had a good day. Walked, singled, scored, drove in a run in the third inning. Also reached on a fielder's choice. Corey fouls that one off, and of course it was Corey who was visibly shaken when her foul ball struck a teammate, Clara Thompson, just inside of that dugout door. Clara has since left the ballpark. There's her dad Ryan, the head coach of this team. But she was up, moving around. Medical technicians came to check on her, but they've gone to get her checked out just to be safe. Runner was on the move, and Corey was quite shaken, saddened, tears in her eyes, scared. Once she saw her teammate was okay, was able to see. It was about a 20-minute delay, as it should be, to make sure that everything was okay. Corey settled down, got in the box, and immediately drove in a run.
Yep, tied the ball game with that swing.
Hits it hard out towards second. It kicks free. Going to look for an extra base at third. Throw is high off the screen. Will played another run, sliding in safely. 7-1 the score. Ayers just kept on running. Ball was hit hard, no doubt. Made it a tough play.
Yeah, this would have been a really tough play. Madden's opened just a little bit, which is why that ball got into right field, but it was struck hard, and then the overthrow to third allows that run to score.
Alexis Kierstead singled in a run, struck out, popped up to short. 0-1 the count on Alexis. The Atlanta Vipers down 6 with work to do. The first ever 14U Premier Division national title game back in 2012 was won by the Atlanta Vipers. They understand. Think about that. Those are women now. Those athletes are 25 years old. That's crazy.
That is crazy to think.
And then, of course, the Vipers last weekend, that 05 Wiggins team won the 18U National Championship. Platinum Division. Just last weekend. Vipers strong. That one sails high. Hit on a line out to left field. Looking for an extra bag. That bag's not there. Nice job executing, keeping their head up on auto swivel for the Vipers. They've got one more shot to swing it. Championship right around the corner otherwise. 7-1 the score. The Bolts on top. Thunderbolts behind the outstanding leadership of Missy Odom. I think it's time to spend some time talking about what she has accomplished in this 6-1 game. Odom, if it's possible, has maybe been so dependable that she's gotten lost in the shuffle just a little bit. Melissa from Parrish, Alabama, has been incredible in this one. Daughter of Brooke, AJ, Bubba, JoJo, Memphis and Haas, her siblings. AJ, Bubba, and JoJo all older. I'm going to guarantee her mom, Brooke, is incredibly proud. Mom played college softball. Calls her mom her inspiration. She pushes me to be the best person I can be and the best athlete as well, as she drops a changeup over the outside corner.
Yeah, Odom's just quietly gone about her business. Gave up a couple of hits back in the second inning. That one run in the first. And since then has just, gosh, been almost untouchable.
She plays to honor her grandmother, who she lost from cancer. She and her family certainly thought so much of the maternal leader in her family. Bouncing ball, oh my goodness, on a backhand. Wow, what a play! Katie Norgard! Oh my goodness!
Norgard's glove at third has been outstanding. That is a difficult play to make on the backhand down the line. That high hop comes up, she follows it with her glove, sticks with it, and then turns and throws the out.
Kylie Lawrence with her chance now. The pitch misses just off the plate outside. When you ask Odom, besides the heroes of her mom and her late grandmother on the softball field, it's Montana Fouts. She's got her phone out. She's watching video, watching YouTube. It's Fouts she's watching. 2 outs in the inning. Boulware makes the play. Maddie Sanders gets the call. Maddie Sanders gets a chance to hit. Fun opportunity for Maddie to come out of the dugout. That dog is from Rockmart, Georgia. 0-1 the count. The athlete dreaming of going to the University of Tennessee someday. Sanders, the daughter of Rosanna and Rodney and Billy Frazier. Got her.
And she'll take whatever she can to get herself on base for her teammates. This ball rides up and in on the rib cage.
Curveball just off the plate outside. When you look back at this day for Odom, there was a single run in the first inning, a walk, sac bunt. There was a miscue out there at short. And then all of a sudden it was clean in the third and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth.
She's just pounding that outside part with that curveball.
That hit batter snapped a string of 15 in a row, sat down in a title game.
And with all those clean innings, not a strikeout by Odom. So she you know, as a pitcher, when you throw strikes and you use your defense makes great plays behind you. And I think this is really what the Bolts have done well this game, is let Odom hit her spots, let the Vipers put the ball in play. And then this defense has just made some tremendous plays behind her.
Odom, an all-state softball performer. And remember, Odom, too, we spoke about it earlier, an all-state performer on the basketball court as well. All area, won a softball championship. That's ball 4. Peyton reaches. Working in that sunshine, maybe fatiguing just a little bit. 6-run lead. Avery Madden. We saw Madden come on defensively. Floridian, he saw Oviedo High School. I'd love to go to Central Florida someday. Parents are Susan and Pat. 1-0 the count.
And Madden hasn't had that bat in this ball game, so if you're Odom, you want to go right through that strike zone.
Love that. There's no need to talk about anything. I'm good. 1-2 the count.
If I'm a coach,
you relate, don't you?
If you're telling me no, you better go out there and throw strikes now, which is exactly what Odom's doing.
Got it.
I don't want to talk. I get it. I know your message. I'm working on it.
Change up.
Ooh, I like that.
Really good pitch. Just got a piece of it, did Avery Madden.
This has so much. Look at the backspin on that.
One and 2 the count. That one sails to the backstop. Trying to win this one for their injured teammate, Clara Thompson, who has left the complex for further testing, hit by a foul ball earlier in this game, back in the 3rd inning. That's Dad Ryan and the head coach. Bouncing ball, foul ball up the first base line.
You got to hand it to the Vipers, not going down without a fight, putting runners on base, and until that last pitch is thrown, they're still in this ballgame.
Missy behind her has runners on 2nd and 3rd. The 2-2 pitch popped up. This should do it. And it does! The Bolts take the hardware back to Birmingham, Alabama. Honoring their teammate Clara Thompson. The Birmingham Thunderbolts are the PGF 14U Premier Division national champs. And Coach Ryan Thompson, hugs from his staff. Some big hits, 1 inning's worth of hits. The story's Missy Odom.
Yeah, really, Odom in the circle, locked it down, kept her team in this ball game. Not a strikeout, but she was so consistent in the circle, mixing every part of the plate, keeping the hitters off balance, didn't allow a run scored since the first batter of the ball game. So she deserves to hold that trophy high. Well done.
Hands that one off, gets in the handshake line really quickly, and you saw a great shot there of Leah Bird. Excited about her future. It was one inning. That was it. One inning that slipped away. Otherwise, Bird in a title game. And by the way, every single half inning was the first one on the field for her team to warm up. Great teammate, good outing. And so certainly for these Bolts, they knew they had their hands full with Bird. They certainly have had a big scare and a teammate that has eventually had to leave the complex. We hope Claire Thompson's okay. Yeah, that may be a FaceTime with his daughter. That'd be your teammate any day of the week, by the way you handle your business, Leah Bird. The Lord's Prayer being prayed by the Bolts. And we may have a chance to have a conversation. We want to talk to a lot of people. But with all the ruckus down below, the different things that went on, I felt like a little bit like Missy got lost in the shuffle, but not in the end. Missy, you were dynamic today. I mean, really, from beginning to end, you at one point sat down 15 in a row. Talk to me about, as you walk your way through this outing, when you really settled in the second inning, what worked for you?
I knew at the beginning. I knew in the beginning that I struggled a little bit, and I knew my defense had my back the whole game. And then I depended on my offense coming out. Our bat's really hot in the second inning, and we got it going.
You know, your teammate went down in the third inning. Your offense was on fire. You had a little bit of delay. And how proud of you that your teammates jumped in that box, got it going, scored you a whole bunch of runs after that delay. And you did it all for your teammate, Clara.
Yes, ma'am. I knew Clara was watching in the hospital. We just gathered around and say a little prayer for her, and we did it for her.
That's outstanding. There were a couple of moments in this game, especially in the last inning, where it looked like they maybe wanted to come chat with you, maybe wanted to take you out of the game, and you kind of let them know, I'm going to finish this thing. Tell me a little bit about your thought process. We loved it.
Yes, sir. I knew I had to finish the game. I already started it, so I had to finish it. So that's what I did.
That's awesome, Missy. Hey, by the way, tell us a little bit, because we've got to know, such a great two-sport athlete. Give us a scouting report of Missy on the basketball court.
I mean, I'm okay on it. I mean,
all state. Let me just update you. You're better than okay. Continue though.
Yes, sir. I love basketball. It's like my home, and I come here and play with these girls because I love it too. So, yeah. And I knew I'm a two-sport athlete, so I always got one that I can look back on if one of them doesn't work out.
Yeah, Missy, congratulations. Go get them, okay? Go celebrate.
Thank you.
Missy Odom, what a celebration with her team. At least they didn't tackle her. We had one of those interviews earlier. The team tackled the player. Yeah. That's it. 2023 in the books. Got a final thought as we put a bow on this great event, 2 weeks of softball?
Some of the best ball in the country, the best ball at this point in the season. And this is what these athletes have worked for all season long. Some of them for several seasons to get to this point, the biggest stage that they've played on. And I know we're going to see these athletes in the years to come. They are that good, and their future's that bright.
We'll take a peek at, again, the final out and the celebration for these Thunderbolts. It was a magical moment. Missy Odom, her teammates thrilled. She wanted to finish this game. The finish line, the tape, she wanted to bust the tape herself and run through that finish line. These Bolts, they were down 1-0 before they unloaded with 6 in a single inning, and they did so to honor their teammate Clara Thompson. Clara, we're praying for you. We hope you're okay, and all the tests you find out what goes on well. So congratulations. 2 great weeks with this production team, and it's an honor to be a part of this production team. Each and every wall, Phil Ref, Ken Kane, Usher, and Robert, Danny Lambert. They keep the audio going. Rick and Ben and Dan and Tom, Nick Miller, Hart is amazing, Dave Sampson, Ken Sorgi, camera operators, Dave Berry, Nisha Olman, our EBS operators, Josh, our video man. Look at this, flying a drone through the truck. Dave Trout, our graphics operator. Be careful in there with that drone. Patrick Mott, our scorebuck, Scenic, as well. Susan Walsh, she's the heartbeat of this show. A lot more than the stage manager. Research number one. Todd Marin is our associate director. Steve Bant is about as good and the most creative man in this biz there is. Johnny Ott is our TD, and he is outstanding. And our EP and the boss keeps bringing me back. John Walsh. Rick Bruck is our tech manager. Dan Hay, thanks for giving us a chance to put this event together, believing in us each and every year as we take a look at the remainder of our great team, the jib operator, Gio Perez. And PGF, thanks for believing in us. Brett Denayo does all the research. Amanda Freed is my broadcast partner. There's probably no one better in the sport that sits down and breaks down this sport. There's the boss man, Dan Hay. On behalf of our entire production team, the city of Irvine, all of those that bring it home each and every year, you've been enjoying the Premier Girls Fast Pitch National Championship. Enjoy the fall. We'll see you next year.